I buy this from the seller for $13 million and I give the seller $0. So what happens is you guys, the tenants, pay me. I bring in $100,000, whatever it is a month. I take my money in from the tenants and I pay the seller $70,000 and I keep 30 grand of it to myself. What do you think you need to buy this?
Credit?
Nope. I will use zero credit to buy this property.
Money?
I will use zero money to buy this property. I will use other people's money, but I won't use my own. Normally, if you go buy this house or this house and you go to a bank, right? The bank is gonna say, hey, show me your credit, show me your job history, show me your bank balance, how long have you been at your job, and then they'll give you a loan based on your worthiness of getting that loan, right?
Right.
So what I teach people is I teach people something called creative finance. So I go directly to the owner of the property. Can you tell the owner of this property is having a hard time? You already know that because you're a tenant here, right?
Right.
Is the property owner doing a good job being a property owner?
No.
He's not, right?
No.
So what does that mean for him? That means something is going on inside of his life that is keeping him from operating at a high level. Okay, so for example, if I go buy this house right here, where would I go to get the loan?
To the bank.
Right, what bank? You don't know any banks around here?
They got Hancock.
Okay, Hancock, okay.
Chase.
I like this house, so I go to Hancock and I go, hey Hancock, will you give me a loan to buy that house? And Hancock says, yeah, show me your credit, your credentials, your job history, your bank balance. They do all that crap. And they become my bank, but I become the owner, right?
Right.
And I now have a payment to the bank, but I'm the owner. Does that make sense?
Right, and then once you pay the bank back, it's all for you, and you're making all your money. You're gonna make all
Well,
your money.
you can make money even if you owe
So you still making money while you paying the bank too?
Of course. If I buy this directly from the seller, I don't go to a bank.
Yeah, it's all for you.
I go to the seller and I go, hey seller, why don't you be my bank? And the seller and I create an agreement. I buy this from the seller for $13 million and I give the seller how much money? $0. So what happens is you guys, the tenants, pay me. I bring in $40,000, $100,000, whatever it is a month. I take my money in from the tenants and I pay the seller $70,000 and I keep 30 grand of it to myself.
And you do that every month?
Every month.
And you do that every month till it's paid out?
All right.
And after it's paid out, all the money for you after
yeah,
all of it.
But even even right now, even if I still owe him 13 million, right? The tenants are paying me 100 grand and I'm paying the seller only 60. I'm walking away every month with $40,000 in my pocket.
Profit.
On this property.
Profit. Because you came down with nothing.
Right.
So
I have
whatever
no money in my pocket.
So whatever come in your hand, that's for you, and you basically winning all around.
I'm winning all around. So now what would I do with my 40 grand? Okay, this is maybe a little bit different.
So your 40 grand, that's when you're gonna start investing in, start fixing in.
You know what I would do is I would take the extra 40 grand and I would invest in fixing stuff on the property.
Facts.
And I would fix the tub. I would fix the sink.
By the time you're done paying him off, and with them 40 grand, whatever you do, every month you do that again.
Right.
And you're gonna keep doing that. And then by the time you pay him off, everything, all done remodeled.
There you go. It's been remodeled, and guess what I get to do when I remodel? The rent goes up.
Right.
That's not a good thing for you guys.
But like, I got a question though.
Yeah.
So like, how much you think these should be going for a month?
If I was a tenant, I'm gonna guess, say $1,100.
Yeah, we paying $935. The reason I wouldn't pay $11 back here, we ain't got no pool, we ain't got no laundromat, we ain't got none of that. No gates.
Do you have laundry in your unit?
In the house?
Yeah.
No, we ain't got none.
Okay,
of
so
that.
this is where the opportunity for me is. So I go to the seller, and the seller's like, yeah, man, this property's too much for me to manage. Although I'm not using credit. I'm not using any credentials like a job history. I don't have a job. Okay, so if I go to the bank right now, you think the bank's gonna I'm a multimillionaire. You think the bank's even gonna give me a loan? No. So I use seller finance to buy a big property like this. My point is this: you're in here worrying about your bathtub and your sink, and you should be worrying about how do I just own this whole entire complex?
That's facts though. I really learned something today. I need your YouTube and all that because I'm coming watching.
Yeah, go to my YouTube.
Let me grab my phone.
Of course, yeah. So we've got a tenant here. He's unhappy with this property. The seller that I'm working with this deal with right now is obviously having problems, right? They got trash everywhere. They just talked about there's no gates. What were the complaints? You guys heard the complaints. The tenants are not happy here. There's so much opportunity here at this property, but think about this. This guy is sitting here. It's literally a mindset. This is such a great video because it shows the fact that there's a tenant right here living in the building that is more worried about the gate, the pool, the sink, the bathtub, which he should be, right? I would be upset if I was paying $950 a month in rent and my landlord wasn't fixing the stuff. I get that. But he's focusing his mind space on fixing a sink rather than getting educated and just becoming the entire owner of the freaking property. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? So what are the steps? The steps are going on my YouTube channel and watching how do I reach out to sellers? How do I negotiate this kind of stuff? And I've never met the seller in person. You know, I've never met the seller of this property in person.
Never?
No. So think about, like, you should have a pool.
Yeah, but
and you should have washer and dryer.
You know, we talk And another thing, like the communication bad. Like, you feel
Of course,
me? Like,
he's a bad owner.
yeah, very bad.
So
She's a bad owner.
Okay, so I don't even. The
Right.
funny thing is, I'm buying the property and I know less about the seller than you do.
Yeah, like
Isn't that interesting?
you said 11. So like, what would be like for your 11? Like, what would be your things to make it like more higher back here?
Whatever my tenants want.
Because I feel like it's really alright. I pay $935
So you pay
for a
$935.
2-bedroom.
Here's what I would do. I would go to my tenants and I would say, because you would be one of my tenants, and I would come to you and I'd say, hey man, what are you guys upset about? And you guys would listen to everything. Upset about the bathtub, upset about the sink, upset about, dude, the fact that it doesn't have laundry here, that's crazy. I would do everything that you guys want with the profit I make every single month. I would reinvest all my profit for probably the first year. I'd put $500,000, maybe even $1 million in here. But guess where that money comes from? Is it coming from my pocket? It's coming from you guys paying the rent that's then paying for the repair. The difference is the person who owns the property right now is taking all the money and just living on all that money. I would take that money and I would reinvest it into the property until it's where it should be. This is a great example. Like if you're a bad landlord and you're not taking care of your property, what happens is you have really good tenants here that are making payments, right?
Facts, and they want their money on time, right?
Of course they
If
do.
we want our money, like if y'all want your money on time, I think they should fix everything like we want. You feel me?
On time.
'Cause like if the money not on time, they want the extra 100 on rent, right?
Right.
We got to give them their money, right? So why y'all
What
can't
happens
fix
when
what
the
we want
tub's
to
not
fix?
fixed? Yeah, can you reduce my rent? No.
They want us to pay for the tub.
Of course. There's a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where I call sellers and I negotiate with sellers live so you can see exactly what it looks like. I would definitely do that. And then I also have a lot of my people that learn from me here in Lafayette that actually I'm going to dinner with them at, what's it, 4 o'clock?
4:30.
So at 4:30, we're going to dinner with like 15 people in Lafayette that are all doing the same thing as I'm doing, right? I taught them on my YouTube channel and in my community. Boom, boom, boom. All my people in my community nationwide, they're all learning how to do this as well. So I'm going to dinner with them to hear about their projects and what they're doing. Some of these people were nurses 6 months ago. Some of these people were cutting grass 5 years ago. Some of these people are in their 9-to-5 job. They're like, I got to quit my job. This is the craziest thing in the world. Check this out. What percent of the average American's paycheck goes to their rent? 33%. So think about this. I have 109 people taking 33% of their paycheck and paying it to me. How can you go do the same thing? How can you go do the same thing? Okay, you find properties that are in distress. I mean, bro, you see the dumpsters are all busted up. You see the trash. The parking lot is empty. Bro, when I pulled in here, I saw all the parking lot empty. I was like, the tenants are pissed off. I knew immediately the tenants were pissed off. And then the first person I talked to was you. And you came in here and you were really nice, but you're not happy living here.
Nah, at all.
Guess what? You're talking to other tenants, and those tenants are talking to other tenants, and people are all leaving, and this person's now losing money.